Joel Dantzig posed the question, should you even bother building your dream guitar? Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. It's been a little while since I've done one of these Sunday videos because I've been crazy busy at the shop doing workshops and teaching and other stuff like that. And I'm glad to be back with you guys. I'm glad to see you all in the comment section. And I want to tell you a story about one of my guitar building heroes. I'd like to say mentor, but I think you have to know the person to have them actually be a true mentor. And that's Joel Dantzig. Many of you guys might know him as one of the founding members of Hamer Guitars. Joel Dantzig has been an inspiration to me and a hero of mine, but I have never met the man, and he has no idea I exist. But Joel Dantzig has probably forgotten more about building guitars in the last 10 minutes than I will ever know. Remember, I bought his guitars. He didn't buy mine. But I'm reading the other day, he's got his article in Premier Guitar, and I'm reading it, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it goes something like this. Should you even build your dream guitar? And he talks about, it's a little bit of a play on words, because he talks about a guitar player rolling over at 3 o'clock in the morning and scribbling down some stuff about, his dream guitar, only to wake up and find that it was just a note that says, "I feel funny." Spoiler alert, the note says, "I feel funny." But he goes on to talk about things like, in a world where every neighborhood has a guitar builder these days, it's very hard to come up with something different. And I started thinking about the journey that I've been on building electric guitars, and maybe some of you guys can relate to this too, or maybe you think I'm, full of crap. But let me know in the comment section. Anyway, it is harder and harder to come up with new things, and there's a lot of new stuff on the guitar building front, but mostly it's rehashing of the same old things. And this was Joel Dantzig's assertion, and I started thinking about it. Is that really true? And then I remembered, gosh, the last guitar that I picked was this here, and now this was in one of our workshops, but this is essentially a Florentine cutaway version of our Icon guitar, and I love this thing, but there's nothing particularly exotic or esoteric about it. It's cool, but it's not anything earth-shattering, and no one's going to go, "Oh my gosh, what an innovative thing that you have there." Now, if you know some of the particulars about how this guitar was built, that's where we go into some of the that's what I'm actually really proud of with this guitar. It's not necessarily what it looks like, which is excellent, but it's more how I did it and what you can't see just by looking at the outside of it that I'm really proud of with this. So the minutia of guitar building, I think, is one of the last frontiers. Okay, it used to be that, and again, these are Mr. Dantzig's words that I'm paraphrasing from memory, so I might be a little off. But it used to be that the guitar's body shape and the headstock shape were the canvas for guitar builders. And there's been over 7 decades of solid body, or how about this, modern guitars as we know them today, or something that would be at least familiar with someone, a guitar player who's just coming on the scene today. Something like this would be very familiar, but you don't have to be something traditional like this. It could be something crazy, and it could be something made out of materials that are less traditional. So So let's talk about that. So it used to be that the body shape and the headstock shape were the canvas of the guitar maker. Nowadays, then things like hardware became the unique part of what people were doing. If you're old like me, you remember when the Floyd Rose came out, and you remember the locking tremolo wars, and you remember transposing tremolos and all sorts of other good stuff that mostly have fallen to the wayside. Mostly. The really high quality stuff has fallen to the wayside. If you're old like me, you might remember things like aluminum necks and lucite bodies. Now, those have been around for a lot longer than some people might think. But of course, then it became hardware and materials became something that the guitar builder could use to set himself apart or herself apart from the crowd by using aluminum or lucite or more recently carbon fiber, stuff like that. So that was a cool thing. And now I really do believe that we've entered into an era where the things that are going to separate one guitar builder from another is not going to be stuff like body shape and headstock shape. However, I have started to see, and this is nothing new, but I have started to see a lot of people using the third dimension of the headstock. So you have like a regular headstock, and then they'll have like a notch out of it or a hole in it or something. You'll see some stuff like that. But I believe that the construction methods and the construction techniques are probably going to separate the guitar builders from each other, and we've already started to see it a little bit. One of the things that the big guys can do is they can incorporate techniques such as outsourcing. So you can build an instrument for $300 that will, again, to quote or paraphrase Joel Dantzig, will survive at least one or two stadium shows for $300. As a small builder, I can't outsource effectively, and I cannot compete with someone making a $300 guitar. But what I can do is I can still bring you guys something really neat and handmade that differs from everybody else in the construction techniques. And you might not be able to see it just by cursory glance. Think about like custom motorcycles. They all more or less have two wheels, and someone's going to say, well, some of them have three, Matt, and some don't. But it's those little details that have always been cool in the custom motorcycle world. Jesse Rook was one of my favorite motorcycle builders, and he did some stuff that was way out there. And just to look at it from 10 feet away, you might not be able to see everything that was going on in his bikes. And I'm like, I kind of think, that's something that I can do too. You can look at this guitar and go, I bet you I know exactly how Matt did that. And if I was standing right next to you, I'd say, I bet you couldn't figure it out immediately. It's simple and it's elegant, and that's one of the things that I kind of strive for in my guitar design now. I'm not trying to set the world on fire with a radical new shape, though I do love some of the new stuff that we've been doing. We've been making the Challengers for a long, long time, which I love, but there's hardly anything revolutionary about that. This Icon, certainly nothing earth-shattering with the Icon. I've got some other instruments that you're going to see very soon. I'll even show you one. This is one of our new models that I'm calling the Hustler, and you're going to see more of the Hustlers as we go. But what I'm really proud of is the headstock is our classic headstock. Of course, it's got one neck, it's got 6 strings. The body's a little bit unique, but what I'm really happy about is the construction techniques and the attention to detail and the just the overall quality of this. Now, lots of guys are making super high quality instruments, but I'm to the point in my guitar building career where, again, I'm not trying to set the world on fire with something absurd. Well, this is pretty close. But I am trying to make the best guitar that I can. And if you are struggling with, gosh, I really just can't come up with something that's unique and cool, I urge you to try and go down the path of just make the best guitar that you can, even if you can't come up with a new shape just yet, okay? Again, the notion that every neighborhood has a guitar builder in it, I think my prediction is, my prognostication is that those days are waning. It's hard to build guitars well and earn a living doing it. And I think that someone is going to say, gosh, why don't I just get a day job if this guitar thing isn't working out? If that's you, then yeah, maybe a different job is in order. If you're just hitting the wall and you're beating your head against the wall when it comes to building instruments, or maybe you want to do it as a hobby, or maybe you want to learn to do it better, or maybe I'm full of crap. But I tell you what, if you get a day job, you might get a free lunch or a free Blizzard every day if you do that. But I think that we have reached saturation point on guitar builders. I think that it's a tricky business to stay in, and good luck to everyone who is earning a living building instruments. There's a lot of competition out there. So anyway, what do you guys think? Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Is it worthwhile to build your dream guitar, or are you just barking up the wrong tree? Are you jousting with windmills? Are you the Don Quixote of guitar building? Maybe I'm the Don Quixote of guitar building. I don't know. But anyway, it sure is fun to build guitars, and it's fun to hang out with you guys. It's fun to do these videos, so I'm going to keep doing it. And I would love to see you guys come out to one of my workshops if you want to be the next guitar builder in your neighborhood to set the world on fire with an absurd shape. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging in there with me. If you're still watching, if you appreciate the content that we put out, I would urge you to go over to our Patreon page and become a member. Even $1 a month goes a long way to having us bring you guys cool stuff like this. And if you're a Patreon member, I have been offering the Patreon exclusive build workshop. We are almost to the end of our neck through SG build, and I haven't been working a whole lot on that because I've got all these workshops coming up, but more of that is coming soon. So I urge you to go over there and become a member. If not, no problems. Just like and share the video as many places as you can think of. And until next time, this is your old buddy Uncle Matt reminding you that if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel. That's what I did. We'll see you next time, guys. Have a great week.